Hello Clarkston, I'm Rod Rock, Superintendent of Schools, and this is Real Learning, where we showcase the awesome learning and thinking that happen every day in the Clarkston community and in our schools. As we record this show, we're just coming off the Olympics, where amazing talent was on display for the world to see. And as we watch those Olympians perform, we don't think about all of the effort that goes into building up that performance and the records that they set. There's an amazing amount of time and dedication and feedback that allow people to perform at that level and develop that level of talent. And Clarkston has many, many talented people who work very hard to develop their talents and hone their skills and to go out and make a positive difference in the world. And in Clarkston Community Schools, one of our most talented students is Mr. Noah Castillo, who is a 10th grader at Clarkston High School. So I'm here today with Noah. Welcome to the show, Noah.
Thank you.
Noah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 15. I'm a sophomore at CHS. I love to weld and work on small engines.
So Noah, how did you develop your interest in welding?
Well, I used to watch my neighbor weld sometimes, and it's just interesting because you could fix stuff real easy, and I just thought it was really cool. And then when I was 13, I asked for a welder for Christmas.
And so your mom and dad got you a welder?
Yep.
And you just started practicing and playing around with it?
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the first things that you made?
I just started out with small sculptures and just random objects and stuff just to play around.
Okay.
Just getting a feel for it.
So you spent a lot of time out there in your shop?
Mm-hmm.
And did you and your dad build your shop?
Yeah, he helped me. Mm-hmm.
What kind of tools do you have in your shop?
All kinds of stuff. Hammers, drill presses, air compressors, torches, welders.
What kind of welders do you have?
I got a MIG welder, TIG welder, and a stick welder.
So
I got all three.
You can do all kinds of things with those?
I can do aluminum now, so.
Okay, so you continue to learn?
Mm-hmm.
About how much time do you spend practicing?
Pretty much every day. So usually I'll just go sit down at the table out there, just get some welding time in. Just practice for about maybe an hour or so.
An hour a day?
Yeah.
And are there people who give you feedback?
Yeah, usually my clients do.
Mm-hmm.
And then people who need me to fix something for them.
Okay. So clients in terms of the artistic things that you make?
Yeah, and then just random stuff that people need me to fix, like trailer gates or stuff like that.
So people will come to you and say, I'd like to have this kind of ornament for my yard, and you'll draw that up and then spend some time making it?
Yep. And
figuring that out?
Yep.
Okay. What kinds of things go through your mind as you're welding?
I almost kind of get lost in process. I mean, you really got to focus to make a good weld when you're welding, and it's important in my future for when I go into the career of welding.
Okay. And does this happen when you do other things, when you sort of get lost in thought?
Yeah, it's kind of like a relaxer. It kind of just relieves me, just doing what I love to do, working on stuff.
What other kinds of things do you love to do? Like you mentioned your snowmobile and your four-wheeler.
Oh yeah, I like riding four-wheelers and stuff, and with my buddies, and riding snowmobiles too.
So you just recently rebuilt the engine on your snowmobile?
Yeah, I just put it back in last night, hoping it'll start up.
So you have to figure all that out with the wiring and
always a tricky
with the
process.
Mechanics.
Yeah.
Did it run before you took it apart?
Yeah, it ran before I took it apart.
And I know you've built lots of different machines at your house, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Things like four-wheelers and snowmobiles.
Yeah, and scooters and mopeds and all kinds of stuff.
And I understand that you're also a blacksmith?
Yeah, I haven't done that in a little while, but yeah, I do.
So you work on forging metal and things? Okay, heating up.
Yeah, I have my own forge and stuff. I'm starting to get a nice tool collection of, tongs and grabbers.
Okay, and so you make some of your own tools?
Yeah, mostly. It's just easier to do it that way because I can kind of accustom it to how I want it to work.
Okay, so were there some things that when you were younger you came across that made you know that you liked working with your hands? I know you have a really cool tree house, and your dad gets materials for you through part of. So what kinds of things maybe help develop your interest in welding and?
I don't really know about my interest in welding, but just tinkering around. I used to play with Legos a lot when I was a kid, and I always loved to work with my hands in school and just at home.
Okay.
So just hands-on stuff really was just kind of my thing.
All right. And so what do you do when you make a mistake?
Sometimes I'll just get really frustrated, but I mean, I'll move on after that, and that's just how I learn from my mistakes.
Okay.
And then I do it better next time.
Okay. And what are your hopes for the future?
My hopes for the future is make a lot of money in what I love doing in the career of welding, and hopefully I will, because there's a high demand for welding right now. So, not too much, but
I know you'll be going over to OTC this year in Pontiac, and your mom worked really hard to get the opportunity. So you've already been over there and had some people.
I've already met with everybody. Yeah.
I know they're excited to have you because of all the talent that you've developed, and and you're gonna probably teach them too, along with your classmates. So, how do you feel about school, generally speaking? I know you're a very talented, very intelligent young man.
Yeah.
Highly skilled. How do you feel about school?
I mean, I never really have liked school, but I mean, you know, you got to do it. You got to go through with it. But I just don't think it doesn't cater to the way I learn. You know, and which is why I'm really excited for the opportunity of OTC. And that's where I'll really grow and learn.
Okay.
I think if I could change something or bring more skilled trades back into schools, which would be really cool. Just to bring that back.
And have opportunities.
Yeah, get more kids involved in that.
Because we've really just had a focus on college in our schools.
Yeah.
And so what we're hoping to do, Noah, and what we've learned a lot from you, is to continue to have opportunities for kids to do projects. And to show us what they know and to pursue their passions, to do some internships. And so we're going to be working as a school system with different unions and community groups to try to see if we can expand that. And I'm really grateful that you've taught us so much through your skill and your passion, and also what your mom and dad have contributed in believing in you and providing you those opportunities. And I hope we can provide many more kids with opportunities because of your influence. And I know that you're going to continue to do great things. So I'm glad that you're a kid here in Clarkston, and thanks for taking the time to be with me on the show. So wrapping things up, we're looking forward to a really terrific school year this year, and to blowing up opportunities for our kids to really shine and pursue their passions. Thank you for tuning in.